Welcome to Sydney CBD. We're near Central Station. There's George Street. Pretty much everywhere in this place is great for day game. You can day game 365 days a year, and this is where I teach guys the sweet art of cold approaching. You sign up to do that yourself. I would like to just do a quick little recap of the last travel immersions that I did. On average, when I go on these travel immersions, the guys are generally guys that are relatively new to game. I have had a few virgins turn up. I've had a few guys that are, I would say, on the verge of, you know, intermediate, but generally guys that are brand new. And going on a travel immersion is great for that, because that game can be very difficult to go straight in from a just straight in and expect to start getting success. And if you've been struggling for a very long time and you've used all tools at your disposal up until now, and you're going to start getting coaching, a travel immersion's great. Actually, you can get a lot of success. Wow, it's sunny here, it's bright, blue sky. Hopefully you guys can see that clearly. It's beautiful blue sky. This is in the middle of winter. This is the difference between getting coaching with someone like myself in Sydney, Australia, that can game 365 days a year, where a lot of the northern hemisphere European guys, 6 months of the year it's either snowing or too cold to go game, and so year on year I double their experience. So I can argue that if we've been coaching the same amount of time, I've got twice as much experience as a lot of these guys that are over in Europe. So if you come and sign up and do some coaching with me, you're in good hands. You're in good hands. You're in good hands, an experienced guy that knows what he's doing. But the travel immersions, all of the guys have got laid. All of the guys have had success. There's only really been one guy that didn't get laid. And the reason is because he didn't stay in the same place as us. He didn't stay in the same hotel. There was some sort of financial issues. I totally understand that if you need to live further away. And he was working a large amount of the time. The good thing about doing a travel immersion with myself is you do get all of the online hacks. You do get a lot of the online hacks, a lot of the stuff that other coaches specialize in, you know, the online dating, the social media, etc. You get those hacks, but you also get someone who mainly specializes in cold approach. So you get the mix of both of them, which is a fully rounded, it's far more rounded than going and doing a travel immersion with someone that is mainly focused on social media or you know, online dating, things like that. A lot of that stuff's very basic, and most people can figure that out themselves over time, but the X factor is getting that extra little bit of coaching from someone that has spent most of their time here in Australia, in a first world country gaming. In the last, say, 4 years, I only did one trip by myself to go game, and that was for 2 weeks. This year alone, I've done 2 travel immersions to coach. Most of my game has been done here in Sydney CBD, and so I take the experience of the challenge of gaming as a lower mate value guy in a very difficult city, and I take that to a easier city, and I take a bunch of newbies there and get them success. One guy did struggle because he was working and he didn't stay in the same hotel, so he wasn't there all the time, and he wasn't living with us as well. That's another thing, is you get to just live with me the entire time. You get an entire month to just hang out with me and game all the time, and you'll notice that instead of just talking game and doing it part-time, I live, eat and breathe this. You're out with someone who lives, eats and breathes it. And this is why a lot of the guys have got success. I had guys that would come on the travel immersion as virgins within days, not only getting laid off online, which anybody can do, keep in mind anyone can do that, and you can go do that with other coaches easy, but I actually taught virgins who had barely even done one approach in their entire lives to go from virgin within days to meeting a girl through cold approach to pulling her back to his bedroom and dating her and taking her out on dates, etc. Now, if that's not, I think that's as advanced as it can get when it comes to the type of results a coach can get someone. If you can go from virgin and struggling for most of your life to within days hanging out with me, living, eating and breathing game with me. Actually, a week and a half in, I actually lost my voice. I was talking too much and we're going too hard, and I was exhausted. So I do work hard. I do put a lot of time and effort into the coaching here. But I just wanted to recap it and let you guys know that there has been some awesome results. I've had literal guys that had no success in their entire life. Sure, it's in an easier country. You can leave that comment if you like, but anybody with like an IQ of 3 knows that it's easier in Asia, right? But if you're getting no success and it's almost impossible in Australia, going over there, you're just like the average guy. You know, you're just getting a few extra mate value points, extra SMV points. It's not like you're stepping right up to God mode, especially if you've got no experience at all and you're a virgin, to go from arriving, learning game from myself. Oh, there's a cloud. It's bright here, by the way. To pulling off the approach, which is something that gamers, guys that get into game, can struggle their entire lives to do. And this is something that I have consistently taught a lot of my clients over the last year and a half, that I started getting clients, and these travel immersions are great for that. So if you're thinking about doing that, sign up. Also, there's someone that might be coming with me on the next one. I've got another one planned for September. Until September, I'm just going to be coaching in Sydney, Australia. But in September, there's a guy penciled in who is a relatively famous or infamous Daygame coach that got cancelled. You can guess who that is if you like, but he's experienced. We're negotiating and considering doing a travel immersion together. So you won't only have me, you will also have another experienced coach coming along for the ride as well. Arguably 2 of the best day gamers in the world, well, coaches. The best day gamers in the world are anonymous. And that's why I was anonymous when I was in my 20s and 30s. But arguably some of the best day game coaches in the world, and we'll be doing a lot of night game as well. Clubbing is really important. You have to, especially if you get those extra mate value points by doing a travel immersion. Hopefully the masks have all gone by September. Hopefully we got a little bit more freedom by September. You have to be hitting the clubs. You don't want to be one of those weird day gamers that only does day game and cannot survive in the nightclub. It's good for you. It's good for your evolution. It's good for you. Just trust me. But if you're interested in that, click the link in the description, go to the Bootcamp page, sign up, and we'll have a chat and we'll discuss it a little bit more. I won't tell you where. No one will know where until they've actually paid. But it's in Asia. It's in Southeast Asia. And anyway, beautiful day here. Wow. Anyway, whoa, beautiful. I'll see you guys in the next video.